What's up guys, welcome back to D93 Tech. Coming here with a quick video for you on beginner, first time build, or let's rephrase that. First time PC builder beginner tips, first time builder tips that I've learned over the last 2 years of researching and studying on building PCs and the whole market behind it and all the parts and stuff. My first tip, yes, watch as many YouTube videos, yes, read as many Reddit posts as you want, get some knowledge that way because really knowledge is power. And if you know and you understand the components you're building with, you too can build a PC without needing to go through a builder. You can build it yourself and have a lot of fun with it. Take that advice that newfound knowledge and advice you've gotten and treat it as such. Treat it as knowledge and advice, but don't treat it as gospel. If you watch a video and they say, if you want to build a 1440p PC, you've got to get at least a 7600 Ryzen CPU and a 7800 XT, because that's the way you're going to play 1440p at a nice high FPS and the games are going to be playable and look great. That's not 100% true. Yes, if you built with that CPU, GPU, you're going to have a killer 1440p build. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying they're lying or they're misleading you. But I think what's not talked about is the budget side of things. There's some great value there. You can still build a killer 1440p, and I'm saying 1440p because that's what I'm wanting to do with my build. You can build a killer machine to do 1440p, solid FPS, for less than what you could spend by going the build that was shown in a YouTube video. When I started wanting to build a PC 2 years ago, just over 2 years, my original build was a Ryzen 5600, so AM4, DDR4 memory as obvious, 650 watt PSU, and a 6600 graphics card. That was going to be a really good 1080p build. But then what happened is, in talking with the local PC shop, with watching YouTube videos, with reading on Reddit, my budget build was blown to hell basically, because I was told, no, you can only ever do 1080p. Okay, step up your budget. Because originally it was about $800 to $1,000. But then in doing some research, I found there's some great value, and you can still build a 1440p build on an old platform, on the older gen. You don't have to necessarily go the new one like everybody's promoting and telling you to do so. So my budget then went from $800 to $1,000, and then I watched some more videos, and then I went to $1,200, and then I went to $1,500, and now I'm at $1,500. I'm going, $1,000 was going to be hard to come up with. Now $1,500 is almost unattainable. It feels like oh my god, I'm going to be waiting for years to build this thing, and that's something I don't want you to do. When you start to think and dream up a build that you want to do, set your budget from the start and stick to it. You can vary your budget by a couple $100 if you need to, up or down. But if you want to build, and I'm going to use $1,000 because that's just an easy number for calculation. If you want to build a computer for $1,000, then take that $1,000 budget, find the games you want to play. And that leads me to my next tip. Tip number 2 is, you've set your budget. You say, okay, I want to spend $1,000 on this build. I want to do 1440p. Well, 1440p in a game like Cyberpunk versus a game like Warzone, it's totally different. There's a lower cost machine that can play Warzone high FPS 1440p no problem compared to playing Cyberpunk 1440p high FPS. You're going to need to spend a little more, obviously, because that game's a pretty difficult game to play, and it's pretty hard on systems. So find the games you want to play. Myself, I want to play Spider-Man. Love those games. I grew up watching Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite superheroes. So Spider-Man, okay. I play NHL because I love hockey. Okay, I want to play Madden because I love playing sports games. Okay, and I also want to play a little Warzone. I want to play a little Fortnite. I want to play some Halo. Okay, well, for $1,000 to do 1440p on those games, that's not a problem. So number 2, summing it up, is take your budget and find a few games, the handful of games you're going to want to play. You really, really want to play. You've been dreaming about playing these games, but you can't because maybe you've got a console that's a different platform that has those games. Number 2, find the games you want to play. I say find 4 or 5 games. Let's do 5 games. Tip number 3, you've got the budget, you've got the games you want to play. Shop all over. Don't constrain yourself and shoehorn yourself to one seller. And that could be something like Micro Center, something like Amazon, something like Memory Express or Canada Computers in Canada. Don't stick yourself to one company, because there's the ease of going through one person and buying all your parts. But the problem is if you do that, chances are you're spending extra money that you didn't need to. So maybe you're losing some value in that $1,000 you had. Shop multiple places. Now, I'm going to use me an example. I wanted to build a 1440p build. Originally, I was going to go through Memory Express for everything. And yes, Memory Express is this price reduction thing where if you show them a competitor that's selling the part at a lower cost, provided it's an actual certified seller and not a third-party reseller on Amazon or something like that, or eBay, they'll price match it, as long as it's obviously the correct and the same product. So they'll price match. So that part can be good, but the reality is there's going to be savings that you can't get even with a price match. For example, Facebook Marketplace, I found a Asus TUF Gaming B650M motherboard plus Wi-Fi. Found it, originally that's $270. I found it for $200, was able to throw an offer at the guy for $175. He took it, no problem. That's $175 I spent on the motherboard that I might have spent almost $300 on. Because I didn't want to go a low-end motherboard. I wanted something mid-range where I have an upgrade path. Now, had I just purchased that from Memory Express, I would have paid the $270 or more, or maybe $250 or maybe $230. But for $175, I got a killer motherboard, and that's because I shopped. I shopped around. I didn't have, even if you're in a rush to build, you don't have to buy from the same place. You can order a couple parts from here and a couple from there and one from there. And oh, wait, eBay has a killer deal on this. I'm going to buy that. So that third tip is shop everywhere. Look everywhere. Don't buy from just one place. You can definitely get some killer value. If you've got a $1,000 budget in mind, if you shop at 4 or 5 different places, you could build a better build a better PC than if you just stuck with one seller or one company. Tip number 4, don't fall for the term future-proofing. If you're gonna build a PC first time, future-proof yourself. You wanna put yourself in the best future-proof path or upgrade path. Let's get right to it here. No matter what you build, you can always upgrade that PC. If you go aim for, which everybody says online, never go aim for if it's your first build because you're shoehorning yourself into a last gen, there's no upgrade path. That's not true. If you go with the 5600X, 5700X, you can upgrade to a 5800X 3D and get a substantial jump in performance while still staying on the same platform, so you don't have to change your motherboard or your RAM. Graphics card, if you start with a 6600, a 6700, a 6650 XT, even a 6800, yeah, it's last gen, but you get phenomenal performance with that, phenomenal value for that, because you can still find some new ones for a really good price on Amazon and online. You can upgrade that graphics card in the future. So the whole future-proofing thing is, I don't like it, because if somebody gets in their mind they need to build a future-proofed rig, it's not really truthful, because nothing is ever future-proofed, I guess, if you think of it, because there will always be a new gen coming. There will always be a new CPU platform where, AM5 is going to go up to the 9000 series CPUs. After that, it's probably going to change to a different socket. Same as Intel. It's now into a totally different socket. If you do that, you've added money to your budget. You've delayed the build potentially because you had $1,000, maybe you're close to $1,000. You're going to save for $1,000, and now you've got to spend $1,500 because you wanted to future-proof your console or your PC. I keep saying console. Your PC, because you took a YouTube video's word or a person's words from a YouTube video as gospel, and you believed you had to follow that. That's not true. You can upgrade everything on your computer. You can upgrade, whether you're on last gen, this gen, next gen. You can upgrade to your heart's content. Tip 4, don't even consider the whole future-proof term. Throw that out the window. Don't ever think about it again. Build what you can build, and know that you can upgrade everything. Everything is upgradable. You're not stuck to one thing. And lastly, maybe not so much of a tip, is have some fun with this. Building a PC can be the funnest thing you've ever done, or one of the most fun things ever. And if you're living at home with your parents, who knows, maybe get one of your parents involved, get a family member involved. I myself, growing up, my uncle was an avid PC enthusiast. He loved building PCs, and he had this insane flight sim rig. I can remember he had these massive monitors, and he had the joysticks and everything. Oh my God, I can just remember seeing it, and I could hear the sounds because he had the speaker set up, and it was really in a plane. I was just blown away. I could sit there and watch him play this game for hours and just be floating. Have fun. And that's the thing, is he was doing that because he was having fun with it. Have some fun with this. This doesn't have to be a stressful thing. The only thing you should really and not even then stress about, is coming up with the money to build the PC. Yes, it can be expensive. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive than building a console. But with a console, when the new gen comes, eventually game developers may stop building or creating games for that older gen. So you're kind of stuck there. As well as with being something like an Xbox like I have, if I want to play Spider-Man, I can't. I've got to buy a PS5 or PS4. Now I've added the cost of that. So console, if that's $400, okay, $400 here, $300 for a Series S. You know, do the math. You're pretty close to $1,000 already. For whatever your budget is, you can build a killer rig that's going to be able to do whatever you want. Basic computer stuff. If you're living at home, you do some schoolwork on it. If you're in university, you do some school stuff on it. A PC gives you endless opportunities, and it should be exciting and fun. You should be just thrilled and into the clouds, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have this awesome PC and I'm going to build it myself, and it's going to be like a piece of you right there on your desk, and you're going to be able to show that off to all your friends and family and throw it online and show people ask people what they think and show off your build. Have fun with it. This can be the most fun thing ever. To me, with dealing with my severe health issues and stuff, just the thought of building a PC can take my day from being bad and turn it to good, because I'm so pumped. I'm watching videos. I've made, oh my God, probably 100 different build lists, different builds and stuff, and watching people on Reddit post their builds, and I'm starting to envision what a build like that is going to look like on my desk when I'm gaming and having fun. So have some fun with it, guys. And again, too, as I said earlier, don't ever take a YouTube video or what you read on Reddit or online as gospel. Take it only as advice, and that's what I'm giving you today's advice. Now, if you're a person who's got experience building PCs, this PC video here is probably not for you. Maybe it will, and maybe you can find some advice in it, but this is more tailored to the first-time builders like myself. Research as much as you want, watch as much content as you want, but build within your means. If you set a budget, you can build in that budget to an extent. If you have a $500 budget, you're going to be stuck to a little bit, but if you've got a good, in your mind, budget, you can buy and find stuff that's going to be able to give you a great PC that, again, you can upgrade it as you go. You're not stuck. If you've got a 1080p PC now, but in a couple of years you've saved up some extra money and you want to go 1440p or 4K, you can do it. You're not stuck. Something even as simple, if you want to jump platforms in the future, you want to go from AM4 to AM5 or 12th gen Intel to 15th or 16th gen, whenever that comes out, you can do it. Because you can just change the motherboard then. And again, that's an added cost, but again, that's something that's for future you to think about. Focus on the now with that. Because if you sit here and keep focusing on the future, you're going to be stuck. You're going to delay building. How great is it if you've blown your budget to pieces, you decided you want to get a 7700X and a 7800 XT or 7900 GRE, and you want to build a killer PC. Yeah, on the build list, that looks great, but the reality is you've delayed building it because the funds just might not be there. So like I said, build with what you have. Build within your means. Upgrade in the future. Don't stress. Have some fun with this, guys. And again, I'm going to keep bringing you guys weekly content and hoping to educate and give you some excitement and some joy and some entertainment as well too. All else fails, if you're entertained but don't find any necessarily maybe some advice in it, I've done my job, because I'm not making this channel to get rich or to get famous or to get popular. I'm making this because I want to express myself to the world, and maybe in a way this is almost like a video journal in a way for me. I can just share my thoughts, and if nobody watches, that's no problem, but if one person watches it and finds some value, that makes me feel whole, and that makes me feel good. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you have any tips for first-time builders, because there's a lot of things I haven't covered that you might know and might know from experience of building, or you might be a first-time builder and you might have said, hey, here's a tip that I think somebody could read and could really be beneficial to them. So guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along. We've got more great content coming. We're not just doing PC stuff, we're doing gaming stuff, we're doing tech stuff. As we go, I'm going to try to at least give one full video a week with maybe a short or two thrown in there. Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate everything. Much love to all of you. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Cheers.